You've worked all season for this. You can already taste that perfect tomato harvest, overflowing with red, ripe fruit. You watered, you weeded, you watched them grow. But just as fall approaches with its cool nights and morning dew, a silent, microscopic threat is waiting to turn your dream harvest into a nightmare. It's late blight. And this isn't your average garden variety problem. This is a ruthless, fast-moving disease that can take a thriving tomato patch and reduce it to a blackened, rotting mess in less than a week. It can wipe out your entire harvest just days before you get to enjoy it. But it doesn't have to end that way. You can fight back. You can protect your plants. Today, I'm going to show you the 5 crucial organic steps you need to take right now. From picking the right plants to smart pruning and preventative sprays, to give your plants their best shot at surviving and give you the fall tomato harvest you've worked so hard for. But first, make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay connected with all our gardening tips and tricks. Section 1. Know your enemy. What is late blight? Alright, before we can win the war, we have to know what we're up against. So, what is this aggressive disease? Late blight is caused by a pathogen named Phytophthora infestans. Now that scientific name is a mouthful, but the most important thing to know is that it's not a true fungus. It's a water mold. Let that sink in, water mold. That one fact tells you almost everything you need to know. This disease absolutely needs moisture sitting on the leaves of your plants to spring to life, spread, and destroy. It thrives in the exact conditions of late summer and early fall. Cool temperatures, high humidity, and damp leaves from rain or heavy dew. This is why late blight seems to explode out of nowhere as the seasons change. Its spores can travel for miles on the wind, just waiting for a cool, wet leaf to land on. Once it starts, it moves with terrifying speed. You'll first see greasy-looking, water-soaked spots on the leaves, which quickly turn dark brown or black. In humid weather, you might even see a fuzzy white growth on the undersides of the leaves. Those are more spores, ready to launch. From there, it attacks the stems and, most heartbreakingly, the fruit, turning your beautiful tomatoes into firm, brown, leathery disappointments. Knowing that moisture is its lifeblood is our greatest advantage. Every strategy we're about to talk about is designed to rob it of the damp conditions it needs to survive. All right, let's dive into the 5-step organic defense plan for protecting your tomatoes from late blight. So, the absolute best defense starts before you even plant a single seed. If you know late blight is a problem in your area, do yourself a huge favor and choose resistant tomato varieties. Plant breeders have developed some fantastic options that have built-in protection, which is honestly such a game changer. Varieties like Mountain Magic Plum, Regal Defiant, and Iron Lady have excellent genetic resistance. While no plant is completely immune, these varieties can really shrug off the disease under conditions that would totally flatten an heirloom like Brandywine. For organic gardeners especially, this is your single most powerful first step. Starting with a resilient plant makes every other step on this list 10 times more effective. Step 2. Prune for an airflow oasis. Our next mission is to create an environment where leaves stay dry. Remember, fungi and molds hate 2 things: sunlight and airflow. So our job is to open up the plant to let the sun and wind do their work. This isn't a timid little trim. Think of it as a strategic strike against moisture. First, clear the bottom 12 to 18 inches of the main stem of all leaves and branches. This improves airflow dramatically. While late blight spores are primarily airborne, good clearance helps all around plant health. Next, thin the plant's interior. Look for any branches crossing over each other or spots where the leaves are so dense that no light gets through. Be brave and prune them out. You also want to remove most of the suckers, those little shoots that pop up where a branch meets the main stem. The goal is simple. You should be able to see daylight right through your tomato plant. A tangled, dense plant is a damp, humid breeding ground for disease. An open, airy plant is a dry, resilient one. Step 3. Master your watering technique. This next tip is simple, but honestly, it's a total game changer. How you water can either roll out the red carpet for disease or lock it out completely. Since we know late blight is a water mold, what's the worst way to water? Soaking the entire plant is like, well, giving the pathogen a free shower and a place to thrive. This is non-negotiable. Stop all overhead watering immediately. The only way to water is directly at the base of the plant. Use a soaker hose, drip irrigation, or just a gentle stream from a watering can aimed right at the soil. This gets water to the roots where it's needed while keeping the leaves bone dry. Timing is also everything. Always water early in the morning. This gives the sun all day to evaporate any stray splashes on the soil or lower stem. Watering in the evening leaves everything damp overnight, creating a perfect 8 to 12 hour infection window for any spores that have blown in. So remember, water at the base and water in the morning. Step 4. Use smart preventative sprays. Pruning and smart watering are our foundation. But when conditions are perfect for blight, cool, damp, and you know the threat is high, we need another layer of protection. That's where preventative organic sprays come in. The key word here is preventative. These sprays work by creating a protective shield on the leaves before the disease shows up. You'll want to apply them every 7 to 10 days during high-risk weather, and always reapply after a heavy rain washes the protection away. You can even check websites like useablight.org, which track outbreaks and can help you time your sprays. For organic gardeners, the most reliable and proven option is a copper fungicide. Copper has been used for generations because it works, disrupting the disease cycle right on the leaf surface. It's really effective, but you absolutely have to follow the label directions carefully. What about other options? You may see biological fungicides using bacteria like Bacillus subtilis or botanical oils. While these can be helpful for other, less aggressive diseases, their effectiveness against a powerhouse like late blight is often limited and just not as reliable as copper. So think of copper as your frontline defender in this specific battle. Step 5. Be a garden detective. Your final daily mission is to become a garden detective. You have to practice strict vigilance and sanitation. This means walking through your garden every single day and looking your plants over. Get up close and personal. Look for those early signs, dark water-soaked spots on leaves or blackening stems. And oh, don't forget to check the undersides of leaves for that telltale fuzzy white growth. Early detection is everything. If you find a leaf that looks suspicious, don't hesitate. Prune it off. Take the whole branch if you need to, but do not drop it on the ground or toss it in your compost pile. This is critical. Infected material will only spread more spores. Put it directly into a plastic bag, seal it, and throw it in the trash. Sanitation also applies to your tools. Spores travel easily on pruners. After cutting off a suspicious leaf, wipe your blades with isopropyl alcohol or a bleach solution before moving to the next plant. You know, vigilance costs you nothing but just a few minutes a day, and honestly, it can be the one thing that saves your harvest. So that's the battle plan, your 5-step organic strategy to take on late blight and protect your tomato harvest. Let's do a quick flyover. First, choose resistant varieties. Start with plants like Mountain Magic or Iron Lady that have built-in defenses. Next, prune for airflow. Open up your plants to keep the leaves sunny and dry. Then, water at the base. Keep water off the leaves and always water in the morning. After that, spray preventatively using a reliable copper fungicide before you see disease, especially during cool, wet weather. And finally, scout daily. Inspect your plants constantly and remove and destroy any suspicious leaves or stems immediately. It might seem like a lot, but these steps work together to create a fortress around your tomatoes. You've poured your heart and soul into these plants all season. By taking these final critical steps, you can shield your plants from this destructive disease and make sure you're the one enjoying those delicious, sun-ripened tomatoes you've been dreaming of. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you battled late blight in your garden? What's your go-to resistant variety or a trick that has worked for you? Share your experience in the comments below. Your tip might just be the one that saves someone else's harvest. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you feel more prepared, give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe for more practical garden advice. Happy gardening, and I hope your fall harvest is a fantastic one.